at all times. Okay, your belt line's about the top of that logo right there. These shorts are a little high. The belt line's going to be about the middle there, right there. That's your belt line. Okay, go ahead and touch gloves. Head back to your corner.
Chris Lieben, the third man in the ring as we get ready to go for our first bout here at Golden Boy on Valentine's weekend. Beth Durant alongside Scrappy Ramirez, scheduled for 4 rounds. Kevin Gudino bouncing around in his corner. We just got to get the ring announcer Mark Friday out of there and we can get going. 6 fights coming your way here on the YouTube portion. Gudino, the southpaw in the white. He's getting the veteran 35-year-old Rafael Castillo. Scrappy, you know this. When you're a youngster and they start testing you, they give you those salty vets or they give you the weird, ugly angles that aren't going to make it easy. So what's Gudino got to do first?
Just stay relaxed and work behind the jab, feint, be patient.
Gudino started boxing at the age of 6. His nickname is Chloroform. The chloroformal, like the gas, it was given to him because the dad, took the son to a smoker in the backyard. They're like, hey, these little kids want to fight. You want to have your kid fight? He's like, hey, do you want to fight? He was like, yeah. So they found him a mouthpiece and knocked the kid out at 6 years old. I was like joking with his dad. I'm like, man, father of the year, you're taking your kid to backyard smokers. He's like, just kids messing around. But after that, he really got into the sport, loved it, and he's been training ever since. And now good left hand from Gudino.
You got to start somewhere.
As Castillo gets tagged with that left. Another left from Gudino. Gudino sitting on his punches, a 19-year-old.
Yeah, he's doing a good job working the feints with the foot feints. If you see that, not using the head. Then also what you got to notice, he's a southpaw against a right-hander, so it's a different strategy. You got to use the backhand a lot because it's directly down the pipe.
Body work from Gudino. Combinations now for the 19-year-old. He gets hit upstairs though with the left from Castillo. Got to be careful with that one, Scrap. Because a guy like Castillo in the red trunks is just going to be winging punches. You got to be keeping your defense up.
Right, staying alert. But I think it's more about understanding, being satisfied with 1 or 2 shots. You don't got to land the full combination, 4 shots. It's early in the round, so Gudino needs to learn how to not be too selfish with those combinations because you're going to get caught if you stay in there for too long, especially early in the round.
And that's the young process of a young fighter, learning how to adjust. You become a pro, the headgear's off, the gloves are smaller. Good opening round for the 19-year-old Kevin Gudino here at the Honda Center. Door just recently opened up, so the crowd will be feeling it nicely.
That's a slip.
Yeah, a slip.
You see versus the southpaw and right-hander, you see a lot of foot slipping.
10 seconds, not the Castillo trying to fight 250. Needs to go the full 3. That's the bell. Look at you.
He smiled. He's having.
So I got to know him a little bit last year. I saw him somewhere, and he's like, "Man, just give me a fight anywhere." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm the broadcaster. I'm not a matchmaker." He's like, "You know people. I'll fight anybody anywhere."
Yeah, he's looking for the opportunity.
That's what it is.
That's all.
He's networking. That's exactly. No shame in that game right there.
I'm a firm believer. If you want it, you will find a way. You will ask anybody, and there's no shame in the game.
Yeah, at all. So the kind of guys that you need in the sport, especially for the youngsters to take on, because when they called him this week after the original opponent fell out, I was like, did you think about it? He's like, no, I stay in the gym. I didn't hesitate. I told him, yeah. Because I didn't even know what weight they were going to agree to, but I just said, let's do it.
Right.
That's what it is.
All right, let's take a look at the replay. Let's see. Gudino's doing a good job going to the body. Look, and that's what I'm talking about. He let 4 shots go, and he's getting hit in between the shots. I think 2 shots would have been enough, and we start the whole sequence.
That's the voice of John Scrappy Ramirez, super flyweight. We've seen him later on this year. This was scheduled for 4 rounds. Gudino with his dad Salvador in his corner, also nice. Carlos Rodriguez and Ocampo in his corner.
You see some things I like to watch from young fighters is, can they cut the ring off, work combinations, work behind the jab, stay defensively alert, and Gudino has all these attributes.
Combination from Gudino going to the body, try to get an uppercut in there. The southpaw. Doesn't look like he's only had one pro fight. He's nice and calm in there.
That's what happens when you get a lot of experience from the amateurs. Once you get here, you're set for this big stage. It's all about understanding the pace in the pro game.
La Puente boxing is where he's at, and he lands upstairs, does Gudino. Bouncing around on his toes. Coming up next is going to be Javier Mesa, the kid from Amarillo, Texas. Taking on Lyle McFarland from Oklahoma.
Nice.
Combinations. Castillo rolls with it. Castillo's got the defensive side up.
Nice angle by Gudino, chasing him out.
Right out of there.
And here's the veteran trying to tie him up. Gudino separates on his own.
One thing I can say about Castillo is not skilled, but has the heart of a fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Nice left hand by Gudino. Working upstairs, downstairs. Right back to the jab.
Show me you want to be in there.
Oh, good angle.
Body shot.
Good angle by Gudino.
Getting tagged is Castillo with less than a minute to go in the second round. And now he's talking in there, being brave, is
That's
the
what you call
35-year-old.
poker face by Castillo. Castillo's telling him it's not hurting me. Come on. And that could work on his favor if Gudino doesn't stay composed and sticks to the game plan. Nice job.
Yeah, Castillo comes in to make it hard for you. He's 2-4. But all the losses have been by a decision. One by a split decision. One of those losses was to Raymond Ford back in 2019 when Raymond was only 3-0.
Now Raymond Ford is a world champion at 130. Nice. Chasing him out with the 1-2-1.
Final seconds of the second round. Gudino getting quality resistance tonight from Rafael Castillo.
Good job by Gudino by being physical in the pocket. You don't really see young fighters be physical in the pocket. They kind of wait for the referee to tell them break and restart the sequence. It's the third round. So far, it's a good fight.
All right, let's look at the replays from that second round. Scrappy, what do you see?
Just feint by Gudino, left hand and angle, right hook over the top. He's doing a good job by working behind the feints. As you see, whoop, left hand, angle. Nice shot by Gudino.
Let's go mouthpiece, mouthpiece, mouthpiece.
Third round coming your way.
Let's go.
Right here.
Venture Castillo fought Raymond Ford back in 2019. Then the pandemic hit, and boxing went away for him. Came back to the sport last year. This is a good job by Javier Raza, the Golden Boy matchmaker, to find an opponent this week, because it's tough at this weight class, because you know all about it, how hard that is. Yet, if you're going to find an opponent, make sure it's an opponent that can be replaceable, that is good. Is it just going to be coming here to like lay down and take a shot and then be a waste of money?
The point is to get the right experience. And look, Gudino smells blood.
And he's attacking in the corner and goes down. And the fight has been waved off for the first time in his career. Rafael Castillo is stopped. It is by 19-year-old Kevin Gudino, who's now 2-0.
I think it was a good stoppage. Maybe a little earlier, but this was going to happen sooner than later. Good job by